To build a live chat, those who participate. Okay. All right. Hello, hello. Welcome. I just decided to go live randomly. This will live on my page here, but hello and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Maya. I create content regarding microlocks, beauty, motherhood, all that kind of stuff, and just like the realness of being a 30 something woman just trying to live her best life. um I just want to pop in tonight to kind of catch up, let you guys kind of know what's been going on. Most importantly, share some micro locks and sister lock tips because I will be, yeah, buddy, we'll introduce you in a second. I am going to be doing installs and retightenings of micro locks, so I just want to share some tips that I have been learning, see what you guys have been doing, and just talk about life lately. So grab a snack here with me on YouTube. Let's get comfy and let's chat. It's real life out here, so I just nursed my baby, so I am pouring milk from the other side because life never stops, even when you gotta do work, right? It don't stop. It don't stop. So anywho, so let's talk, y'all. Let's catch up. Let me let you guys know what's been going on. So I do have some notes here too, just I will be referring to because it's been a while since I've made a video, since I have been on live, since I have done any of those things. Most of my stuff is pre-recorded, so bear with me. So I am now, just a little personal update, I am now a mom of 2. If you guys hear the snorting, I'll show you my pride and joy. This is my little guy. He's actually in one of the YouTube videos that I'm going to be posting. This is Paxton. You say hi, Paxton. So I have been going through the postpartum journey again. Paxton is 3 months. Yes, I know. He is lovable and squishy and cheeky. But no, he's only 3 months. Don't get it twisted. I had somebody ask me the other day if my baby was 6 months. He is 3 months. Okay. So we've been balancing, I've been trying to balance motherhood, content creation, really turning content creation into a business and that kind of thing. So it's been interesting juggling newborn life, my hair, all of those kinds of things. It's been a lot. I will say, hi and welcome. Like I mentioned, my name is Maya. I create content about micro locks, sister locks, motherhood, and just being a 30-something-year-old figuring things out. But I will say one fact really quick about the micro locks that fits and pertains to the topic of my life. I am so thankful that I have these during this season of my life, because if I didn't have my locks, sister locks, micro locks, or even just traditional locks, if I didn't have my hair locked, it would be so hard for me to care for myself, honestly. And yes, go ahead with your question. I'm going to be talking about micro locks tips and everything too. So please feel free to pop in, add questions. If you have questions on the tips as we're going on, please let me know. Yeah, like I mentioned, my hair has allowed me to just have a lot more freedom to be with the little ones, which is super helpful. But that was just a personal update so that you guys know, because I hadn't created a whole lot of content in a while, but this is the reason. This is the reason. Baking a baby and everything. And then I had been sharing videos too. I don't know if you guys had seen my previous content. My daughter was born at 27 weeks when she's 3 years old now, and she's fine. My son also came early, both due to preeclampsia. He was at 34 weeks. So My pregnancies are pretty time consuming because I usually end up having to be on bed rest. So, and thank you. Say hi. Paxi, you say hi. He just be mean mugging y'all. I'm sorry. He always look like this. But let me know too in the chat. How have you guys been since it's been a little while? Since I have oh, you getting sleepy? I hope you are, so you can go to bed. Um, yeah, what you talking to people? Guys, let me know how you've been in the chat. It's been a little while since I've been able to have regular talks with everybody. So, you know, let me know as we get on. What's been draining you as of late? Are y'all over this season? This weird season thing going on here. I'm in the Midwest, so it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. Are y'all ready for the warmer weather? That also affects your hair if you hear for hair talk. The hot and cold, not that good for your hair. You got to do a whole lot of hydration. I actually have a video on my page about how I hydrate my locks. I highly suggest doing some of the routines. I probably need to do an updated one too because I've added different things in just because I needed more moisture in my hair from that time. So anywho, next time, let's get into the Microlock tips, okay? The Microlock tips. If you're here for content creation, well, not content creation. If you're here and watched my content, then you know we talk a lot about microlocks and sister locks. Just so you know, my hair is sister locks, but I am certified to install micro locks, and the reason being that I decided to do micro locks instead of just sister locks. I feel like micro locks had a lot more versatility. You can literally pick whatever size micro lock you like, because micro locks are just using the interlocking technique. Sister locks to me is a little bit more limiting. They have a very specific grid and pattern that they want you to be able to use to install the locks, and you can't call any set of locks sister locks. They have to use a special method. You use a different tool, all of that stuff. Micro locks, you have a ton more flexibility. You can use different tools. You can use different parting grids. You can start them differently, all that way. Sister locks are only started one way, and that's using their interlocking method. So, whole different thing. Micro locks, some people are starting them with braids, with twists, but I highly recommend the old school way of trying them and starting them the same as the sister locks, using an interlocking method. Not the same method, but similar, a 4-point rotation to start the locks. So just letting y'all know that's the difference between sister locks and micro locks, because I do have sister locks, but I'm maintaining and installing micro locks, just so you know the difference. So let's just talk about the care routine and of micro locks, sharing some tips from that. I had one of my clients that we talked about wash day frequency. I don't know what's been going on in the lock community about like not washing your locks and things like that. This has been a myth that's been going around for a long time. People feel like, oh, excuse you, excuse me, uh-oh. People feel like that if they spend all this time doing their locks, that if they wash their hair, or if they're told by a loctician that's not well versed in how locks work or how micro locks work, if you're doing the I'm just speaking to the interlocking method of micro locks here. This particular method, you shouldn't be you can wash your hair when you get them in. You just may need to braid and band. And I can go into detail about braiding and banding in another video if you guys need that to kind of understand what that is. But it's literally what I said is what it is. You braid the hair, you put rubber bands on the ends to protect them, to keep it from unraveling. You let the hair air dry, or you dry it with a blow dryer. And then you can take the unravel the locks. So that's just what that is. But I had a client ask me about wash days with locks. Wash your hair, please, especially if you're a person that's active, if you go to the gym, if you do all those kinds of things. wash your hair. And it's okay to wash your locks depending on how your locks are installed with your loctician. I would definitely ask them how you should wash your hair, but you are okay to wash your hair. Please wash your hair. Wash it, okay? Some products that I have been loving and using lately. I use these in my routine. Very simple stuff, y'all. I use water with rosemary essential oil inside, a little bit of ylang ylang, and a little bit of sweet basil. All of these essential oils, use that, miss my hair, love that. I've also switched over shampoos. I've been using the Way, OUAI, the thick hair shampoo. Like it. I really like it. I don't even know if you guys can tell because I just washed my hair, but there is not a lot of flakage afterwards or dryness afterwards. So I really have been liking using that product. If you guys have any other suggestions for locks, as far as shampoos, go ahead, drop those in the comments too. We here to learn. When it comes to moisturizers and conditioners, some people do not like conditioners on their locks, but I do, especially because I have color in my hair. So I like my color to be a little brighter, and I've been using the Biolage color conditioner, and I use the red saffron color, and I literally just concentrated on the ends of my hair. Super helpful living here in the Midwest. If I didn't, I think my hair would be breaking off way more because of the brittle cold and the warm in the house. Like the back and forth would just tear my hair up. So I do use a conditioner. I wash it out. I don't use it all the time though on my hair, so keep that in mind because I do try to be aware of the buildup. Also, another Microlock tip, speaking of buildup, I learned this from another loctician, and I'm sharing this with you all because I actually did see that it worked, and I'm a little surprised. You guys have been promoting and probably seeing a lot about lock detoxes for lint or buildup. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. For lint or buildup, and they do like the apple cider vinegar rinse. They have a whole little like inflatable basin and stuff that they've been using, and you know, it's supposed to help with whatever the buildup is in the locks from products, or dryness, all those things that come out just from having locks over time. Well, another loctician said that, you know, sometimes that stuff works fine. Sometimes people see the difference. But if you just have other things, like if you have smaller locks, she said just use really warm water and thoroughly rinse your hair. Like make sure everything is out before you even put any shampoo in it or anything. Like no hair serums, no nothing. Like thoroughly drench your hair. If you have the little attachment to the faucet, really get in there. If you have just like a detachable shower head, thoroughly rinse your hair to see if you can kind of dissolve that, the lint and the buildup that way, aside from just doing the apple cider vinegar and baking soda detox. So I tried that method because I wanted to see. I'm like, I don't know. I was a little skeptical about it. However, I feel like this is the cleanest and softest that my hair has been in a long time. I literally spent an hour in the shower just making sure that my hair was really, really clean. I started off with like 10 minutes of just drenching my hair with the warm water, really concentrated on the areas where I had a lot of buildup, which is kind of like in the front because y'all know, like I like roller sets, so sometimes the buildup from the foams and all that kind of stuff can kind of build up in this area. Hello there and welcome. Thank y'all for popping in. Paxi, say hi. So we're not talking about your hair routine, but we can if we need to. But he's here supporting me as we talk about Microlock tips. Okay, If you're new here, hi, my name is Maya. I create content about micro locks, motherhood, beauty, all of that fun stuff. But we just sharing different tips about micro locks. So, anywho, as I was saying, my build-up area is this area here in the front, usually, like up here. I mean, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better. I usually get build up in these locks here because I tend to pull them back, and then I'm guilty, y'all. Sometimes I do be slicking my edges, and I know edge control is terrible for your lock, terrible. But sometimes I do because I want a slick look. So, you know, I have used it here and, you know, in these areas here. And I do feel like the warm water trick, it definitely helped for sure. Also making sure that when you washing your locks, you really get all of the shampoo, conditioner, whatever it is in your locks, make sure you really get it out, because that can also be causing buildup and residue in your hair too. Right, Paxi? Anybody have any questions or anything, please feel free to leave them in the chat. We can talk about them. I'm gonna just share one more I'm gonna share one more tip here because I'm curious. I'm so curious. How do you guys feel about interlocking versus two-strand twist when it comes to starting your micro locks? Yeah, how do you feel about it? You can tell them. Someone asked me what would I recommend, and I got a little bit of hot take on it. When it comes to micro locks, I would definitely say I do not recommend two-strand twists. I know it's super popular right now for starting your locks. This is a recommendation, and it's also a tip too. So I mean, like, this is the last little topic that we're gonna talk about today. But the two-strand twist versus interlocking method. You okay? Oh, you're doing okay. We almost done, buddy. Yeah. I've seen both. I've had people ask me, do I do installs for two-strand twists? My answer is no, I do not. And let me tell you the reason why. Some people prefer the two-strand twist because they like the way that they swell. They feel that it gives them a little bit more volume, and they kind of get to ease past that quote unquote ugly phase. I don't believe that any phase of locks is ugly. That's just my opinion. But some people that prefer to do the two-strand twist method feel like they can still get the volume that they're looking for micro locks. So they want to do that, or they do not want like a traditional grid, or they do not want other things that they feel like interlocking puts in place immediately at the beginning of their locks. They want the swell, they want all of the features. But the reason why I don't recommend two-strand twists is because they unravel, y'all. They unravel, and as time goes on, we end up having to do so much to repair those locks in order to get you to have like a successful lock journey. Like, one of my friends had me take a look at her hair. She literally had two-strand twists at the bottoms of her hair and interlocking at the top, because that's how she had been having her hair retied. And the hair that was retied was locked, and the hair that was two-strand twists was still loose hair. You got two different things going on in your head, and it just becomes a huge problem. I think people think too that, like, because they want like looser, curlier ends, kind of like how my ends are loose. I don't comb my ends out. This is literally just how my hair is. It just unravels at the ends because that's just my hair texture. But some people want that kind of look, and so they feel like two-strand twist gives them more flexibility to have that. And it does, but it also has the issues of not locking as fast, or unraveling, or knots, or breakage, because sometimes people want it to look a certain way, so they do a lot of manipulation to the locks, constantly twisting their hair to try to get it to lock, and then you got breakage. So my hot take is it's a no. Don't do the 2-strand twist. But of course, show head, y'all life. You do what you want to do. But that's just my opinion. But thank y'all for popping in with me. I appreciate you guys for staying on today, and coming in and listening as I caught up. I'm gonna post a formal video tomorrow, just giving you guys a little update on what's going on. But I wanted to pop in because I don't get a chance to do videos as much anymore, but I'm still here. I still care about you guys. If you guys have questions, of course, regarding locks, regarding life, regarding anything, drop them in the chat or comment on my videos. And I'm gonna end the live here. On that note, I just want to say, whether you are freshly retightened, or if your hair is freshly retightened or in a messy bun or whatever the case is, remember, you are growing, you are evolving, you are an amazing person, a mother, a woman, all of those things, and you're still showing up for yourself, you're showing up for others, and that's beautiful, and that means everything. And so with that, on that note, just a little encouragement for y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. I'm gonna let Paxton go to bed because he doesn't like to go to sleep all the time. So say good night. Good night, everybody. See you.